All right, let's go. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Melody Music. So I'll be doing a continuation video of a video I did some. I think I posted some days back about this project and with Bridget Richman, the worship session, right? So I got some comments that I should show my vocal chain, my mixing chain, right? So I'll be doing that. I think I'm going to break this video into parts. We'll call the first one part one. This is part two. I think it's going to get to part four. So please stay tuned as you get set to learn. All right, let's get straight into it. So for my, let me start with the vocals, or let's start with the vocals. Let's start with vocals.
This is how I want to be.
Yeah, I guess you can see my mixer channel.
You remain my partner.
Yeah, firstly for my vocal, let me put off so you can hear how it sounds.
You remain my partner.
Right?
You do.
Yeah, so the first thing I added was just the noise suppressor, right? Just, it's not doing much, just a little bit of roll off of some noise. Then I added our favorite auto tune, right? The auto tune.
This is how I want to
in the key of B flat.
Lord, I am
Then the next thing I added was my SSL channel stereo. If you go through my screen, you should be able to see my settings.
Lord, I
yeah,
am
this
your
is high frequency settings, this is high mid frequency,
and you remain my
the low mid frequency, the low frequency settings. I just boosted a little bit of the low end. Yeah, because a female vocal, right? I needed some more boost there. That's why I did that. Alright, so next I added the fab filter. I used their preset. I used it for my de-essing actually. I used this particular preset, that's DS and enhance. And as you can see, it all depends on what you're trying to achieve at that moment, right? Then the next thing, I introduced my parametric EQ. I did a little bit of a low pass, right? Did a high pass rather, a high pass, and then rolled off some nasal frequencies from it. And then next I added my compressor. These are my settings, you can see it on the screen. And then I added another compressor, my SSL compressor stereo. I put off the analog. Then these are my settings, I guess you can see them. Alright, next I needed the vocals to come up front, so I used my CLA 2A stereo, right?
You do.
So this peak reduction was in 40, while the gain was in 34.16, right? So this is my vocal chain I'm giving to you. Then I use my Fruity Stereo enhancer. It's not doing much, just a little bit of stereo separation here. And then I used my CLA vocal stereo. I like using this because I like the effect it gives to my vocals, right? So you can see how then I did a send.
Why is my life like
this? This is also a continuation of what I added to my vocal channel. I added the fresh air.
Why am I going through what I'm going through?
Much, just a little bit.
It's because Abba delights in you.
Then I added my suit.
It's because Abba delights in you.
Not doing much. You know, it's just little of all this that makes the vocal sound very good. Then I added some little bit of compression. I think when I got to this stage, I discovered that I still needed a little bit compression on the vocals, so I went ahead to add. And then I introduced my I think I was noticing some issues. Then I added presence and control also. Still the same preset. You know, initially we added de-esser and enhance. Now we're adding presence and control, right? And then I introduced my reverbs. The short reverb, just the stock reverb on my FL. This is what I did on it, right? Then I rolled off the low end also. Yes. long reverb. This is my Valhalla. You can already see how the vocals is coming up already. I use my plates for the mode. I use my plate setting. I guess you can see the screen. My decay time 4 seconds. I'm just using the default setting. I rolled off 220 hertz from the low cut. In the high cut, I have about 1740 hertz, right? Then I also have my EQ, just to have it controlled. Yeah, so it's very important. Then I have my, I sidechained my vocal to this reverb, so I can control it. You know, when this sidechain, what it's actually doing is, it's trying to control the reverb, so that it's only when she stops singing that the reverb will come up. I don't know if you understand that. And so that's what I use. This also a stock plugin on FL Studio, Fruity Limiter. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I did. Then I introduced my delay. So I like using Fruity Delay 3. Yeah, I also use there are several other delays I use, but it depends on what I want at that particular time. Yeah, so this is just my setting. My time is at 8 o'clock. My level is at 23.4%. My wet I have 100%. My dry totally out. Right?
Yes. Blessed.
Alright, so then for the delay I also did some EQ, you know, just to shapen it to what I want. And then I added some reverb to the delay. Yes, I added some reverb. Still the same, pretty much the same setting with the previous one. But the only thing is I'm now using a concert hall. The other one was the plate, right? For the delay I'm using a concert hall. I just wanted something different for it. So then I also did a parallel processing, parallel compression on my lead vocal, because I wanted it to be more present in the mix. And this time around I used my limiter. I made sure I squashed the hell out of it, of the vocal. Yeah, so I still use my Fruity Limiter to do that. And then introduce my parametric EQ just to roll off a little bit of the low end. Yes, so that's pretty much all I did to the vocals. Then for the pads, let's start introducing the pads. I didn't really do much to these pads. It sounds great already. You see, all I did to it was just to use my EQ, roll off a little bit of the low end, a little bit of the high end, and I was okay with it. Yeah, I was okay with it. Then,
the one who dwells in light.
For my awakening, remember the awakening we talked about?
Yes, sir. The one with mistress.
Pretty much almost the same thing, but this time around I'm using my SSL channel. Yeah, because I needed more of the high end.
Mistress.
And you know, in previous video I told you I wanted something wide, and so I needed to introduce a little bit of the high end. So these are my settings for the high frequency. Then I introduced a little bit of the filter here. I guess you can see that. And for the low end, yeah, I did a boost here, then I did a reduction here. That's all I did with this SSL channel. Then I controlled my volume. Yes, so for the flutes, yeah, I didn't do much. I used my SSL channel. I guess you can see my settings. Yes, for the high frequency, I have this high mid frequency. I didn't really do anything there, really too much. Then for the low frequency, a boost here and a reduction here. That's all. That's all. Then I'm adding a little bit of reverb. I bought flute without reverb. Yeah, so I'm using a send. I sent it to that same Valhalla, the same setting, the 300 small hall setting. Right? So just see the screen of it. What you need to get. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's keep going. So for our guitar,
this is how I want to
still my SSL channel. Since this is a guitar instrument, I don't want much of the low end. I want more of the high end. So I'm doing a boost
You
also at the
do.
high frequency, then
You do
doing
what
a
is
reduction
right
at
with
the
you.
low frequency.
Lord, I am
Yeah,
your
so
clay,
that's pretty much all I
and you
did.
remain my
Then
porter.
I sent it to reverb. Sent it to the reverb. A
Skeprato
little bit of
satika
reverb.
past.
Then for my strings,
Eru shabrakai.
our
Holy
strings,
pranaka.
I also needed the high frequency, right? Pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. That's what I did. Yeah. Then what else do we have? What else do we have? Okay. For this particular guitar, it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. Pretty much the same thing. And then my bass
doesn't
dealer.
have the answers, Lord.
I have my EQ on it.
Neither do I.
Rolled off a little bit of the high end, boosted a little bit of the low
Lord,
end,
I am your
and then I'm
clay.
using the bass rider.
I'm the works of your hands.
Bass rider plugin
I'll give you
mono,
praise.
and then I'm using the API
I'll give you glory.
500 mono also, just to have
I'll
a
do
little
your
bit of
will.
attack to it. Yeah.
I'll go where it pleases you.
So
Jesus.
that's pretty much it. Then I did a little bit of
Lord,
panning
I
on
am your
instruments.
clay.
I panned my flute a
You
little bit
remain
to
my
50% to the left. If you check very well, I layered two
You
flutes.
do.
One goes
You do with me
hard right, while the
as
other
it
one goes
pleases.
50% to the left. Yeah.
As it pleases you.
Then for my guitar,
Oh.
I panned 31% to the left, my strings 31% to the right. Yeah, so make sure they are not clashing.
La, 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 la.
Then for my electric guitar, I just did a little bit panning to the right. I didn't want it to be too much, 12%
Say
to the
believer in
right.
the room.
My bass guitar has to be at the center. Yeah,
You're asking
the vocal has
yourself,
to be at the center. So that's pretty much. Then the piano,
why
I
is
didn't
my
do any
life
panning
like
to
this?
it. I just left it at the middle, left my pads. My
Why
pads
is
are
my
already
setting like
spread out
this?
wide. So I left my pad
Why
and
am I
my
going
everything
through what I'm
also
going through?
at the middle.
It's because Abba delights
Yes,
in you.
because it was already giving me what
It's
I
because
wanted.
Abba
It's
delights in
already
you.
giving me the sound is already great. It's
It's
already a good
because the
sound. So I
potter
didn't
delights in the
want
works
to
of his hands.
start adjusting it again. So that's pretty much all I did with that. And then we have this. Of course, it's not mastered. This is just the mix. This is just the whole mix. This is just the whole mix.
I want
It's just the whole mix.
can
Yeah.
ever tell you.
Is there anything I'm missing? Okay. So then, pretty much, I had to take my time to listen again. Okay, yeah, there's something else here. For my delay, I did automation for my delay. Check very well. I think in the next video I'll talk about automation. I'll talk about automation. Yeah. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Seeing this video for the first time, please go back to the first one and watch the part 1 of the video, and then come back here to watch. Part 3 should come out very soon, where I'll be telling you about how I automated. Because if you check very well, you'll be seeing stuff like this. Yeah, you see this an automation, this an automation. You see my vocal, I automated the delay. Yeah, I'll be telling you about that. And then I think eventually I'll tell you about, maybe in part 4, I'll tell you about how I mastered the track to sound full and heavy. Alright, thanks so much for staying till this time. God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye bye.